Are you interested in more MD referrals and you're willing to go have lunch with a couple of PCPs? If so, this webinar is for you. Hi, it's Tim from ChiroUp, and today we'll cover the 3 steps to an effective PCP lunch. The first step in that process is to schedule a meeting. So you can get a list of the providers that you've dealt with by going into ChiroUp, the admin tab, clicking on providers and facilities. You'll be able to see any of those providers that are on that list. And if you'd like to download it, then drop down to the export data and click on export healthcare provider data. That'll give you an Excel sheet that's a little easier to manage. One thing that you can consider is sending the PCP's office a letter, letting them know you're interested in lunch. This is easy and it's painless. The bad news is it doesn't work. What it's going to take is a one-on-one interaction. Either you or a friendly staff member going to the PCP's office, letting them know you're interested in lunch. And here's a script that we use for that process. It tends to work out really well. Sometimes providers are intimidated thinking that I'll go into a provider's office, an MD's office, and they're going to say, no, we don't want to have lunch for you. That's unusual because what the staff members like is free food, and that's what you're going to bring. So once you've scheduled the lunch, the hard work begins. Now you want to make sure that you go through the PCP checklist, especially determining are there any dietary restrictions or allergies, and then making sure that everything's on the schedule and confirmed in time. All of these resources, including the checklist and the types of things that you might consider taking along, are available to you in ChiroUp. You can go into the marketing campaigns and then click on medical physician marketing. You'll be able to see all the things that you might want to take along, as well as the checklist to help keep things on track. And then it's time for you to show up and make a good impression. Don't forget that part of that impression is you not looking like the pizza delivery guy dragging everything in. So you'll probably want to make sure that that lunch is set up in advance by a company that's reputable. You know that they're going to have things there and something that may be a little unique. The other thing is to realize that this is an interview for you. And in that interview, the PCP wants to learn a few things. They want to learn, do you know what the indications and contraindications are? Are you not going to hurt a patient? Do you have treatment plans? Do you release patients when they're done with care? Are you the type of provider who stays up to date? And are you part of a team? Will you co-manage that patient with them, or are you going to take over? If you ace that interview, you get to move on. And part of that interview is also the personal relationship. Don't forget, this isn't all professional. They have to like you. So the whole first part of this MD lunch and every lunch that follows is learning about the primary, learning what are their interests, what are their likes, what are their dislikes, what's their family, where do they like to travel. And then toward the very end of that lunch is the only time that you'll need to discuss really business, letting them know when it's time to transition, what are your challenging cases, and having a couple of icebreaker questions ready to move into that when you know the lunch is about to wrap up. One of my favorite things to take along is the ChiroUp condition reference, so that I can let the primary care provider know I'm not just treating someone, I'm truly applying best practices. They'll appreciate that. The other thing that I like to take along are my statistics, because when you show a provider your statistics within ChiroUp, they instantly know that you care about outcomes. You care about getting that patient better as quickly as possible, and you're going to do things that are going to make them look good. The gloves come off when you take this. When they ask, what conditions are you good at? And you can open this, it's something that makes a major impact. The other thing that you'll not want to forget is make sure you send a thank you letter after the lunch. Any chance to communicate meaningfully makes a big difference. Now, all of these resources available to you on the home page. If you go to this Boost tab above all of the MD interactions, you'll be able to open up our recommendations for how to make that happen. And don't forget, in the marketing campaigns, underneath the medical physician marketing, all of the resources that you need are already done for you. If you need any of those customized, let us know. If you have any questions about how this works, you can email me anytime, tim@chiroup.com. I'm proud to be on your team, and I hope that you've found some benefit in this webinar and that you see a lot of referrals as a result of those efforts. Thanks for watching.